Williamson is number 2 on our 5 out today because his apparent weight loss at an appearance at one of his basketball camps, which he made free for all attendees. Very nice of you, Zion. It drew a lot of attention on social media. Obviously, his fitness has been a storyline dating back to his recovery from knee surgery, when he was a rookie, and there was talk about Herculean efforts at dining tables and whatnot, and streamline that all the way to his lackluster performance in Vegas during the in-season tournament and him getting put on full blast by everyone for that type of commitment. So the fact that people will forget, he got in incredible shape at the stretch run of last season. He was incredible during the stretch run of last season. He was incredible during the play-in tournament game until he got hurt last season. So I don't think it's such a shock to see him respond like this, because the dude does seem pretty motivated to make this thing happen. Like, it will be pretty fun in this crowded, contending world of parody that Adam Silver has dreamed up and has made a reality, that we could get potentially 2 full seasons of healthy Zion Williamson and John Morant together. I don't want to, jinx anything by saying it out loud, but hopefully we get it.
I have some stats and some thoughts and some numbers, but the thing that's the intrusive thought, maybe that's not the right term for it. The thought that is burrowing its way through my brain right now is an earnest question. My ignorance is showing. Is there a platonic non-sexual term for a thirst trap? Is there a version of what you would call a photo that's intended to say it again?
Humble brag?
Maybe something along those lines. Listeners, viewers, readers, reach out to us. You can reach me at Jake L. Fisher. This is a photo like this is intended to generate excitement, right? To generate the widespread sharing of it. Where you're like,
Twitter fodder.
Sure, there we go. These are some more ideas to get you amped up, to get you very excited. Stoke your excitement for what is to come next. Because if you're exactly right to point to the way Zion closed last season, and it's something that I talked about when I talked about the Pelicans with Shamit Dua on Divine Intervention last season. He had kind of slow walked through the first, half of the season, maybe through the All-Star break, kind of where he was coming off that hamstring issue, and the hamstring notoriously tricky, and getting your conditioning right after an injury like that, pretty daunting. And then All-Star break on, he really took off and got the ball in his hands more. It was something around 24 points, 6.5 rebounds, 5.5 assists, usage rate up, assist rate up. Also block and steal rates up, the percentage where he was making impactful, explosive plays on the defensive end is kind of a telling marker for how he's feeling and where his physicality's at. And so you look at that, you're absolutely right to point to the way he looked, where he was the best player on the floor in a play-in game that also featured LeBron James and Anthony Davis right up until he got hurt. And so the cause for optimism there is if that's where he was by the end of last season, and then he's able to go through a healthy, or, get healthy in the offseason, shed weight in the offseason, enter into training camp already in that condition, then maybe, this is again, the knock on wood, the cross your fingers, throw salt over your shoulder, whatever your particular superstition is. If you get the guy who I thought was an all NBA caliber player in 2021, healthy with the added seasoning for the first time for an extended stretch, that's the reason for major optimism about the Pelicans. The pessimism is who's their center, and we still have to figure that out. And what's the Brandon Ingram situation? Still have to figure all that out. But Zion at the peak of his physical conditioning, coming off the way he played at the end of last season, that would be tremendous to get heading into a new season in New Orleans.